Okay.
We're live in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You're actually live right now.
You are
Oh
live.
my gosh. You're gonna make up for it. I know.
We should have did that.
Good dance, getting all ready.
Yes.
Okay, let's call this meeting to order. Roll call,
Sure. Montalvo,
present.
Jacobs.
Present.
Blombowski.
Present.
Martin. Present. Campbell.
All rise for the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's take a look at the September meeting minutes. If we accept the minutes, I need a motion to.
I'll make a
accept.
motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Jacobs. Treasury report. So I reviewed the treasury report earlier today, and I had a question, and I think everybody was on the email, so. It was addressing to Ed forwarded to Pete, and it had to do with that 10,000. And it turns out that he takes 10,000 and reinvests it into our account, and that's where the 7,000 and the 3,000 that come from the Michigan class investment account. So, cause it just said withdrawal 10,000, I didn't understand, okay, where's that money going? So I questioned it, and he explained it to me, so I could, if anyone else has any questions in regards to that $10,000. So it goes right, that's why it's in our income, so it's split up by 7 and 3,000. And what he wrote me was very interesting. Give me 1 second here. Has to do with the interest. I guess in one of our accounts, we're only getting 0.01%, which is really nothing. And that's in our Chase account, where the Michigan class is giving us 4.28. So that's, which is a lot more than 0.01, you know? So he explained where the deposits went, and, cause I didn't know where that $10,000 withdrawal and, you know, what's he doing with the money, and now I understand it. But with that said, does anyone else have anything on the treasury report? No, nothing, okay, then I have a motion.
I was wondering,
Uh-huh.
if we've been getting next to nothing for interest on that, why do we keep it in that account? Why don't we move it to one that makes more interest?
Well, that's a question we can bring up to Shanka. Well, if you can make a note of that for us.
That's why I included, when I forwarded that to Pete, That's why I included all of you in the email and asked them to reply all. So you guys can
Yeah, if you have a question.
shoot it right to him, right on the same chain, so we have it all in one email.
So, yeah, keep it on the same email, but send it directly to him. That way we can get a better interest rate, because I think what he did is he split our money. He doesn't want to keep it all in one account. He has it in two accounts. But I think he should maybe look at a different bank, maybe Huntington or, what is that,
If they're,
Fifth Third, or the new one, North Star. Or right here, the credit union right next door, to see if we can get a better interest rate. But of course, we need to document everything and make sure,
Just as long as, if you're gonna stay in that chain, as long as it's the same subject. Whoever replies and asks questions, please hit reply all.
right.
And then everybody stays in the same chain and there's no,
No deviation.
yeah, and, but then
No
it's.
private emails.
Yeah, then if we have to print the email out, it's all right there, and there's not 10,000 things. So it's just keeping it simple, if you reply all. So,
Okay. Does anyone here want to talk to Peter? Would you like me to talk to him in regards to?
yeah, so if anybody has a question, whether you or person, just email me by the hall that email chain. That way anybody here has something to address, everybody's aware, and again, we can add it to the agenda and discuss it further at the next meeting.
So can I have a motion for this treasury report? Or do you want to roll it over to next month with our question?
I don't know, I think we can, yeah, I'll make a motion to,
Okay, to accept it?
yeah, I'll second it.
Okay. Motion by Captain and second by Boss. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Well, we have some folks here today, so welcome. Public comments, I'm opening up the floor.
Hi, I'll just go first. I won't take a whole lot of time. I just want to introduce myself. I see some familiar faces. My name is Brooke Hiller. I'm the restoration coordinator with Friends of the St. Clair River. And last year we applied for a grant with the Wildflower Association of Michigan. And we basically made a grant proposal proposing to put some native plant pollinator gardens at the William P. Thompson Park. And we are working in partnership with Jason Steyer of the Virtual Learning Academy. So Jason Steyer and his students are helping us to install the gardens and maintain the gardens. So I just wanted to come and give a little update. We, at this point, have the foundations dug. So we have like a 300 square foot space, kind of off, it's off the parking lot, but close to it. So if you pull into the parking lot, you'll be able to see it from the parking lot. And then the little space where the welcome sign is, we took some older plants out and we're putting some low growing, low maintenance plants in that spot there. We have about 300 native plants going in. It's going to be a mix of ground cover, grasses, like low ornamental grasses and ornamental flowers, and then some trees, small shrubs mixed in. So it's basically a whole little mini landscape. It's going to be very low maintenance. The first couple of years we'll be out there frequently just weeding and maintaining it. But over time, it'll be lower and lower maintenance because the ground cover is meant to kind of fill in with a living mulch. So it's going to be very beautiful and it's going to be very beneficial to all of our local pollinators and our small mammals and birds. But it's also going to serve as an educational spot for anybody who comes to the park because a healthy water source, and it goes in combination with healthy land. So if we have healthy land, we have healthy water because it you know, as we know, it discourages erosion and it helps to filter pollutants that would otherwise go directly into the water supply. So that's what we've been working on. This week, we're going to mulch the garden beds. And then next week on the 10th, we're going to do the big planting day. So October 10th will be our last big work day. I'm going to put in an educational sign so people know what they're looking at and understand the concept that was in the original proposal that we shared last year. So if anybody is interested in, the finished product, if you want me to come back maybe in November or December to give you like more of an overview, I have to write a summary for the grant, so I can even share what I've written, and then if you're interested, you can find out. So, but if you're interested in participating, like volunteering, or know anybody who might also be interested in helping maintain the gardens, please feel free to reach out to me or Vicki, because Vicki's been a huge support for our program too. And we're just welcoming anybody who wants to participate. So does anyone have any questions for me?
Sounds very nice.
Okay,
Thank you for
good.
doing that.
Yeah.
I got a question though.
Yes.
You think that maybe somehow our museum, we just opened up our museum, you think maybe we could potentially get that put on, if you guys have another grant coming up, having something put in at our museum?
At the museum,
Yeah.
we should talk about that. I
Okay.
can help you definitely apply. The Wildflower Association of Michigan gives out about $20,000 worth of grant money every year.
Okay.
So if you're interested, the largest it goes is up to $1,250, but that gets you a lot of plants, and it pays for
Sure.
plants and mulch. So
Okay.
we might have to help you with that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
Excellent. Okay.
Well, thank you, Brooke.
Yeah.
Any board member have any questions for Brooke?
I was down there just a little while ago and it's starting to shape up, it's looking good.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that we had this opportunity, and I really want to thank you guys for allowing this to happen. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Any public comments? All right. Unfinished business. So, did you meet with,
Yeah, I met with Dan down there, about a week after our last meeting. Yeah, somebody to do the SAP.
so for the folks out here who wanna know what we're talking about is the docks over at the Lion's Den. They were using them for fishing, but they were found to be unsafe, and we didn't want any accidents, so Jeff took it upon himself, with our blessing, of course, to go down there and meet with DPW and have them removed. They had to go check to make sure they were unsafe, and they were found to be unsafe. So we removed them. Now, whether or not we'll replace them, that probably will be in our 5-year plan, which we're gonna get into here shortly. But yeah, we'd like to replace them, but again, we have to wait until we find out whether or not the sale of the Lion's Den property is gonna take place. And so we really can't say, okay, we plan to replace them if we're keeping the park. If we lose the park, then of course we can't replace them. That's why we don't wanna spend any money now and then find out later that we lost it. So we're gonna talk about the commissioners will provide items to be added to the 5-year plan. Do we have anything we want to add to the 5-year plan?
Well, I think maybe start looking at replacing some of the concrete or maybe re-asphalting like the Hoover, because it does have a lot of cracks and get basketball or whatever, it's gonna shoot in the wrong direction or whatever, but maybe just some more maintenance on that part.
Resurfacing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
resurfacing would probably be cheaper than replacing the whole thing. but-
yeah, so like here's some items that I have, we discussed this at the last meeting.
Mhm.
And now, this is gonna be a whole process, this isn't something like, okay, this is what we put in the 5-year plan and that's it, it's not the case. because one, we have to find out how to get in the 5-year plan, who adds it to the 5-year plan, what's available, so I'll take care of all of that. So just in adding some items, so items that I was thinking of, this is your guys' input, if you have any items, we can add to that, and then we'll take a vote at the end and see what everybody thinks. But, replacing, the playground equipment at Memorial and Hoover Park. Next one, of course, is speed control measures at Memorial Park. Heard a lot about that as of late and previously. Resurfacing the basketball court at Hoover Park. Now, this one is just something that I think is a good concept. You guys have your input. I'll talk into it real quick. We've got a few other things to go on here today, but one is a splash pad, similar to what they have at Goodall's or in Marysville. Now, like knowing which park to put it in, an assumption would be either Memorial or 40th Street Pond. But there's a lot of details that have to be figured out, especially for Memorial. You know, one location, one that floods often. Just some numbers, it's usually between anywhere from 30 to 120K to install, depending on what you want. There's websites and everything you can look at, visit and see what they offer. Monthly operational costs between 5K and 30K, depending on the size, of course. But that can be mitigated with the water recirculator, you know, but that's an additional cost in the long run. So these things are all keep in mind. Now, this wouldn't be, because we put it in the 5-year plan, it's a goal. It's not mandatory that we're committed to it in every way, because there may be variables where it's not even possible. You know, but this is something that if we all agree on and we're interested in doing, we can move forward towards all that. And if for some reason or another, something needs to be removed from the 5-year plan because it's determined that it's not possible for whatever reason, we can do that as well. You know, so and it's that goes the same thing for any of these items, depending on the cost and stuff. But once we start that process, we get it added to the 5-year plan is the first step. You know, just about every item that we want to look for grants for, and even in some cases sponsorships, which is something I've looked into a little bit and talked to somebody about for our parks or other items. A lot of them want your 5-year plan because they have all the demographics and other items they're interested in. To look at before a decision is made. So just keep that in mind. So this is the first step. Once this is done and we get to that point where it's in the 5-year plan, then we're gonna have to get together about looking for grants, whether it be from DNR, I can't remember the basics, community, sanctuary, community fund.
Community
Community foundation.
Community foundation, places like that. So this is good. This will be a first step. So and anything you guys want to add, we can discuss, but we will have to, you know, before we can add it, we need to have a formal vote to add these items to it, so.
I know that I would like to do a walk path at the Thompson Pond to go all the way. The goal is to get it all the way around the park, but at least phase 1 would be to do it from the edge of by the ramp, the boat ramp, all the way to the bridge, right? Is that what we talked about, the bridge? Right, Karen? Because we never got that quote from,
No, because I told him, I said, it's down the road, that's the thing, it wasn't gonna be anything instant.
because he was supposed to fly a drone and give us a quote. That's, the guy who owns, what's his name?
Fort Trot.
Yeah, Fort Trot, yeah. I can't think of his name.
Todd has.
Oh, Todd Hess. And then I should call the Strand, they're the folks who did our roads.
We can talk on all that afterwards. Let's get the items moving, voted on, and agreed to put on the 5-year plan. And any kind of procedure or planning or questions, we can deal with that at another time.
Okay.
Okay?
What was your second?
Speed control measures at Memorial Park.
Yeah, I put that in my park thing.
So I had mentioned playground, we replaced playground at Memorial Park, speed control measures at Memorial, splash pad at either Memorial or 40th Street Pond, resurface basketball court at Hoover Park, And then Ed had mentioned the walk around Thompson's Pond.
I also had some interest too about a dog park. I don't know anything about them, I don't have a dog, but it's something.
Anything else?
Well, I think we need to, get those, Quonset, things at
Over Vivian at Thompson?
at Thompson, those things are, they're still stable, I check them periodically, but, they're in bad shape. They need to be replaced.
But now that we need to distinguish between five-year
Yeah,
plan
that's-
and,
that
and,
would-
and
and
five-year
maintenance.
plan is something to improving or upgrading our parks versus regular maintenance on our parks.
Yeah.
Those are two separate items, so if you feel something's unsafe
Okay.
or that they need to be repaired because of potential lead to something unsafe, that's a completely different item.
That would fall in maintenance. Joe, do you have anything?
No, I'm sorry.
Everything's
It's
covered?
covered today.
Well, we,
The only thing I did wanna bring up though was, you said, Memorial or,
Thompson.
Thompson for the splash pad. I don't think we should rule out like, the Lions Den either. 'cause
I don't think we're gonna actually, we wouldn't vote on the location as whether or
Okay.
not we wanna add it, because like I said, there's so many different variables that they may
Mhm.
or may not allow it. It's just a goal that one of our parks here and within the township.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough?
That's a good idea.
Fair enough. Anything else? Any other recommendations? If no other recommendations, then I need a vote to accept the proposal of adding what we discussed, the splash pad
It should be each item. You know what I mean? Like,
separately then?
separately, because
Okay.
like it is, some of us may not want one item, others may or not, it's
Okay.
relevant, or close to speech for that.
Okay, so
What about,
Let's-
one more thing, possibly like a pickleball court put on the five-year plan somewhere? Because it's very popular, they do have one down, at
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield, but it's full all the time. It'd be nice to have one in a different location, maybe. I don't know.
It's up to one of the commissioners, not saying no,
Yeah,
but.
oh yeah, I'm
one
just
or-
saying it like. if
One
you
does
put it
already
on-
exist within the township, so
Yeah.
we're looking at items that may, do not. currently.
I mean, it brings a lot of people, so very.
I'm trying to think of an area that we could actually put one, it'd probably be a memorial, but, we're gonna put a dog park and, so I mean.
Yeah.
I'm all in favor, of it, don't get me wrong.
Oh, right,
but,
right.
I don't know, we're-
I don't know, I would think that,
Well,
Thompson Pond possibly, or.
I would be happy to put it on an agenda or to add on to the list
Mhm.
and we could, it's just a wish list,
Yeah.
so.
so that's,
I think leaning more towards Memorial, but I'm just trying to, think, I don't wanna take away all the parking area and everything else,
Are you gonna go through these items and vote on them real quick?
Sure.
You have them all written down? You don't-
yes, sir, I got it right here. Playground equipment for our parks. For Memorial, well, it'd be, for right now, it would just be Memorial and Hoover.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion on that if you want the
Okay.
motion.
Sure I do. Jacobs. Any second?
I'll second.
Dan? Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Next one's the splash pad. Do I get a motion for that one?
I'll motion.
Okay, thank you, sir.
One second.
Thank you, Karen. All in favor of a splash pad? I don't know, I'm getting tongue twisted here.
Aye.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The next one we discussed was resurfacing of Hoover basketball court. May I have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion on that.
Jacobs? And I'll second it.
I'll second.
You'll second it? Okay. Thank you, Dan. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. The next one is speed control for Memorial Park. I'll definitely put
Yeah.
I'll make the motion of that because to tell you what happened during our fall festival, I was out there yelling at the cars from KYSO that was speeding. And anyway, we'll discuss that later under the parks.
All right, I'll second you on that.
Okay, thank you, sir. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next one, dog park. Do I get a motion for the dog park?
And me.
Dan, any second?
I'll second, but I don't have a dog, so
Okay,
they say they're great.
okay. All in favor of a dog park, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any
I
opposed?
oppose.
You oppose? Okay. Let me make note of that. Pickleball court,
I'll make a motion on the pickleball court.
Jacobs? And any second?
I'll second it.
Dan? All in favor of a pickleball court? Aye. Any opposed? None. Walk for Thompson Pond, the jogging path, or walk path.
And let's be clear on this, so we're not talking about the whole area, we're
No,
talking about
it's
the
just
portion.
because they have to tear out trees and stuff, so it would just be from the
Basically the clearings right now.
the cleared area, correct. So do I have a motion on that?
I'll make that motion.
All right then. Any second? I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I oppose.
Okay. Okay. Did I cover all of them? I think I did.
Yeah.
Because I wrote them all down, so. Okay, good.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
who seconded this splash pad?
Which one?
Who seconded this splash pad?
The splash pad.
Mhm.
Second was Carrie.
Perfect.
Okay. It's moving right along. We have some new agenda items. We need to vote on that. Oh, we just did the new agenda items. Okay. Visitor presentation of the reefs across America.
That's me. Oh, I think all of you know me. I'm Veronica Kaplinger. I am one of the site coordinators for Reefs Across America here at Woodland Cemetery. This will be the second year. Last year was January 1st. There were 487 veterans that were honored with wreaths last year. That's 100% of the veterans that are laid to rest out there. This year, the goal is 550 wreaths to be sponsored because sadly, the number of deceased veterans has increased in Woodland Cemetery. So that's a quick brief as to why I'm here. I'd like to share this video with you. It's about 4 minutes of your time, so if you bear with me, I'd like to play this for you. It's going to help you understand what Reefs Across America is all about.
Reefs Across America is an organization that is like no other. It almost touches every person in the United States at some level.
The mission is to remember, honor, and teach. What we give our kids that we've learned from the past is what's going to help them well in the future.
It's important to teach not just kids, but everybody.
We need to share that freedom isn't free.
Reefs Across America started when my husband, who was in the reef business, had too many reefs.
We had about a truckload left over that year, which is about 5,000. We was trying to think of what we could do with them that would do maybe some good to some people. South Rhode Island International Cemetery,
He's very patriotic. He just wanted to say thank you.
out of respect for what we have in this country.
So it became a family tradition.
And it just struck a chord, I guess, went around the world.
I remember when I started, there's only a few people. And look at the turnout.
It's the heart of the volunteer that makes our mission grow.
I like to say we have a happy division. It grows because of the patriotism that is still alive and well all over the country.
The Wreaths Across America wreath laying is really, it's a celebration of life. That one wreath symbolizes one family that was able to smile because of the generous donations.
That's him right here. Because everyone has a story. There's a story behind every name that you see here.
His name was Jeremy Vargas.
Isaac Thomas Cortez.
Rice Kenneth Powers. My son.
My older brother Billy was E9 in the United States Air Force.
William Guy Neal.
Just by saying the name, we're remembering them. We're remembering the sacrifice that they made for this country.
January 18th, 2005.
It's really important that people understand that Wreaths Across America is a year-round mission.
My ultimate goal was to place a wreath on every single American veteran's grave, regardless of where it is.
So we're among so many heroes here today, and it's fought for our freedom.
There are American soldiers buried at over 24 different locations across the world that may not have family members that are able to visit them.
Edward D. Solomon.
You are sent over to save us. And you die in a place no one has ever heard of. And that's your life.
It's our goal to one day be able to say we placed a wreath at every headstone of our American military members buried overseas.
We have a saying here that you die twice. First when you stop breathing, and the second time, your name is spoken for the very last time.
The biggest fear Gold Star families have that their child will be forgotten. A mother's love never dies. It never dies.
Gina, we thank you for your service.
It doesn't matter how they died, it just matters that they fought for our freedom.
Makes me feel extremely proud.
Their character, their sacrifice is not just our past, it's our future. And the foundation of this country was built on the lives of those men and women that we choose to honor.
So, thank you for that. Thank you for letting me share that with you. It gets to me. I am the daughter of a World War II veteran and the wife of a Gulf War veteran, and I am a veteran myself. So the "you die twice" really sticks with me. So saying their names is it's important, not only to me, but it should be to everybody. So this is my open invitation to all of you to come out, Wreaths Across America Day on December 13th. I gave you all flyers. And if you could help spread the word, I would appreciate that. We are about halfway to our goal at this point in time. We have 291 wreaths to go. So that's 291 veterans that we still need help to cover. So if you can take that information, share it with your friends, your family. Look forward to seeing everybody December 13th. If you would, come out and join us and help us honor our veterans. So if you have any questions, yeah.
So the wreaths are basically just for our cemetery here?
Yes,
We
so
have 500 and, how many did you
our
say?
goal is 550. Last year, there were 487 veterans, so our goal was 500 wreaths, which we met, actually we exceeded our goal. We had 13 wreaths that we donated to Lakeside Cemetery for 13 of their veterans there. So, yeah, I think this year we're getting close to, I think we just surpassed 500 veterans this year.
The lower back.
Yeah,
So
far.
we buy these wreaths or?
Yes, so the wreaths are $17 a piece, and that's a sponsorship for a veteran. We are, so I guess I should back up a little bit. So I belong to a nonprofit Jeep club local, and it's Jeepers Anonymous Michigan. Their logo is on the flyer. They have signed up to be the location sponsor. which means they have signed up to take charge of actually ensuring that the ceremony happens, that it happens properly. They're in charge of maintaining the number of sponsorships. So they kind of signed on to take over the cemetery. I am a site coordinator here in the township, so I'm able to, sorry, I'm turning it back to you. So I'm able to kind of be the point of contact here at the township office for anybody who calls and has questions. So, yeah, $17 a piece.
Thank you, Bruno.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was I'm a vet too, and that hit me in my heart.
It was beautiful last year you guys had the color guard and it was a beautiful ceremony.
It's a beautiful ceremony. We actually share the color guard with, allied veterans. Their ceremony starts at noon and those guys book it straight here from there. They make it literally just in time to be a part of our ceremony here. We had some Boy Scouts, we had some Little League out last year, some of the township board.
The ghosties and the military.
Yeah, and we have, so if you've not seen it, there are some pictures, if you'd like, I can share those with you, through an email from last year. But, the ceremony, there are 8 ceremonial wreaths, they represent each branch of the military, and we try to find an active duty, if not a veteran from that service to lay the, honorary wreath, so, yeah. So,
And
It's a
for
great
those
day.
people that are listening, on the live stream right now, they do not have to have a member of the family in the military to help out with this.
no, absolutely, everyone is welcome. So bring your friends, bring your family, everybody is welcome. If you wanna go to do allied veterans and then come over to us, I mean, we're welcome to everybody, so. And if you know anybody who's in another municipality and they're not doing it, spread the word. Cause that's just more veterans being honored every year. Any other questions?
Well, thank you very much, Veronica. That was outstanding. Thank you. Okay, Parks report. Managers, start off with Vicky. Your part?
Parks are coming along nicely. I did get the posts painted this last week, so the
Over
ones
at,
over at Lions, if anybody noticed.
They look beautiful.
Yeah.
They look better, much
Yeah.
better.
Anyway, so I have receipts, I had to buy 2 gallons of exterior paint, so that knows. So I'll turn that in, but yeah. Yeah, all the parks seem to be coming along nice. Hasn't had a lot of growing of weeds because we haven't had any rain, so can't complain about that. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Vicky. And Roger's not here, so we'll skip this. Okay. Parks reports for the commissioners. I went over to Memorial yesterday and took a look around, and Memorial's one of our, or our, I guess, our pristine part, the one that looks really nice. Roger's done an outstanding job there in keeping our park really nice. But I was there for the rec fall festival, and it turned out that they were having a AYSO was it tournament. So there was like twice as many people for them, and they were just speeding. So I did speak with Bob Lewandowski in regards to that, because we've spoken with the AYSO folks, Roger's spoken with them, and it's their responsibility because it's their people. So Bob is going to actually speak to the AYSO that if they need to take care of this speeding. And although we talked about the speed control, I also wrote down here, multiple slow down signs need to be put up in that park, not just at the beginning, throughout the whole park, saying slow down, because there's kids there. So on the fall festival, Roger said this is enough, so what he did is he went out and put cones, so it forced everybody into one lane to slow them down. That's the only way we can slow them down. I was walking to my car and almost got ran over, and it upset me. I can't do anything about it, but it's uncalled for. It's a park. We have children there, and it's, so I also wrote here, permanent speed bumps needed, not just one, several throughout, if we're gonna continue to let AYSO use the facility, because it's like a double-edged sword. We need to reprimand them, but then I don't wanna take the park away from them, because we have all the all the kids that play there, and participate in sports, which I think is, it's good, that's why our parks are here. We want the kids to use them and have fun. But if the adults can't be responsible, they need to leave their house 15 to 20 minutes sooner, so they don't have to run through speed through our parks. But that's enough of my spiel. But overall, the park is looking good. Who asked? Oh, the Lions have asked me if we can keep, when do we take out the porta potties? Is it this week? I know it's in October, or is it November 1st?
I thought it was at the end of October.
And they're asking to keep it for, I wanna say the weekend of, let me look at a calendar here real quick and I'll tell you exactly. They've asked me to bring it up, to keep it for that weekend of November 1st and 2nd, because they're having a movie night at the Lions, an outdoor movie night. They're sponsoring an outdoor for the community. And they've asked me to bring that up, if we can keep the porta potties available for that 1 week, that weekend. So I have to bring that to a vote, because I can't make that. I told him I can't make the decision. I asked him to show up here tonight, and he didn't show up, so. Can I get a vote to
I'm
keep?
just wondering if it's gonna be something like a movie night, how many people? Cause you told me, I think it only holds so many, depending on how many people come, you might need another porta potty, or something like that, or you might have, I don't think that one's a handicap now, and I mean, possibly they need to bring.
Well, the point is there should be no additional cost to the township.
Right.
Or something from that loan, so if there's gonna be an additional cost
Maybe they should.
associated with this, then the answer should be no.
Or
In
that
my
person,
opinion, we have to take it for a vote, but that's my peace of mind, there should be no additional cost. We have a scheduled pickup at the end of October, and it will be paid through October when that comes out, and that should be it. We should call.
We'd have to speak with Molly over there.
Yeah, speak with Molly, and then if there'd be an additional cost, then it would be up to,
The Lions to pick it up.
and to absorb that, not the township.
Okay, that's fair enough. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, instead of voting, I'll just tell him that our contract is to the 31st, and anything on and beyond has to be picked up by them in order, because the township can't absorb that. But if they want, and I'll provide them, can you provide me Molly's number? So I can provide it to them so they can call, please? Thank you. And that's all I have. Jeff?
Go ahead, I seen you filled out for Huron Park.
Okay.
You wanna take that over, that'll work for me?
Well, Willie wasn't taking it over.
No, I mean, just today, because I
Right.
do it every month.
Okay. Well, I completely agree with what Jeff has us on these forms, but I know that from our previous meetings, we had other issues that we always wanted to look at, like the roofing.
Mhm.
Because we had issues with the roof needs to be replaced. We had outlets that were ripped off, I think at Hoover before, and they had replaced them, which I checked on that, and they were good. So I was trying to actually, I wanted input from all board members as to what other items we should put on there. But the ones that I picked up on by looking at Hoover Park was the signs looked good, other than the phone number for reservations at all the entrances looked like they're faded and falling off.
Yeah,
So I don't know if we need to do stickies, things for that, or if we should just pull them off and just leave the main one
I
there.
don't know if they stay if you get the sticky things,
Yeah,
maybe we need, better signage.
New signage.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it till spring.
yeah, and that's fine. We are missing one large swing there,
Yeah,
and
and that's
the
been,
infant swing, the two infant swings look good.
yeah. It's been missing because people keep breaking that stuff, and I told Dan, somebody took some of those wires off the fence again, so I don't know if it's gotten replaced, but I let him know.
Okay. And I actually kind of wanted to associate and bring into this maybe an inventory of the park equipment, because those picnic tables aren't fastened down.
No,
And
yeah,
I was thinking,
and someone moved,
yeah, they get moved, I know, and that's like when I was looking, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see how many we have here. So I actually,
some of them are fastened down, but some of them weren't, and they were getting moved
Yeah.
around.
so I kind of did a short little inventory on how many we had there.
Yeah.
And I actually put down 3 benches, and we have 3 outdoor grills too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we had an issue with outdoor grills before, so I'm trying to just open up to talk about what we should put on a form if we, continue on with the form, which I think the forms are great. I just think we maybe need a little bit of an inventory on them. So if something is missing from month to month, hey, there's a picnic table gone,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't know how many we had there until I sat there and like, I'm gonna count these picnic tables because they're getting moved around,
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like there was more before, but
I think they got taken to one of the other parks, I think, I don't
Okay.
really know.
it seemed to me like there was at least 4 in each one, and I'm like, there's only like, what I got now? I have 13, 14.
Because sometimes they take them when they have something else going
Yeah,
on.
you remember, a few months back, at the beginning of the season, there were, I think, 3 or 4 16-foot picnic tables that were just horrible. Like cracked, chipped wood, I mean, they were just, so we removed those. And then, like, I think 2 weeks later, an event popped up that nobody knew about, and I got called like on a Thursday. I think it was you that called me on that Thursday.
Yeah,
And said, hey, there's somebody reserving the park for this weekend. So what they did is they brought some picnic tables from,
Memorial.
no, Bakersfield. Over to there to support that, which, I mean, what we do until we get a total number of picnic tables and get that, or, get an estimate, get those numbers in, and then go from there and vote on that. So we just kind of move some around to accommodate this event here. Now, they could have had another event going on. They need to recover a couple of those from back over to Bakersfield.
No, like I said, I appreciate all the input on this. And I even went down, counted the trash bins and, and all the nets were good. But I did notice, like you had put on yours about the tree hanging down. I actually took a picture of that because I'm like, I was gonna bring that up. Because I got a pole saw and I can just go up and clip a couple of those and it'd probably be
Yeah,
done,
I mean, like, we can do whatever we need to do with the parks, safety, of course,
And on the bottom of mine, I put down with the horseshoe pits. I don't even know if we use the horseshoe pits anymore. And I was thinking we either pull them, because I went to the other parks, and like nobody else has horseshoe pits. And I don't know, we have to supply them with horseshoes to play the game, but we don't have any horseshoes,
yeah.
So I mean, is that something we should pull?
We
Bring
do
them
have
there
a
because somebody would.
horseshoes at Memorial, there is some.
Is there?
Yeah, but nobody uses them. Roger told me it's not used, but there is a horseshoe.
So I wonder if that's something we should think about maybe pulling, because I really don't see us using them. What I would like to see is another pole put up for like if somebody wanted to bring their own volleyball net,
Well, yeah, but I don't know, like the nets are like $150
Right,
if they were to bring that one, but I don't
But
know.
if somebody's having a family function and at least there's a
Yeah.
pole there, hey, we got the pole there, but I mean, if that's
Yeah.
too much, don't do it, but I mean,
Yeah,
as far as like, the horseshoe pits, I would say, I was gonna bring up the suggestion, either we pull them or fix them, because they kind of look rough to me.
mhm.
I would typically say pull them because of the fact that there's nobody there. You know, when I was down at Memorial Park, we would keep the horseshoes in the building.
Mhm.
You know, and when people wanted them, they'd come and get them from me, you know, and, but otherwise, they're gonna be just taken, or they're gonna be thrown all over the place.
Mhm. You're not
Yeah, I mean,
finding-
that's, you guys want to just make a motion to have them pulled?
I
agree with it.
Yeah, because
mean,
they,
I agree with
and
it
if
too.
somebody.
I mean, I don't wanna be a
throw
party
them around the
pooper, but
mower, we
it's-
could, right.
But again, if they wanted to come down
Mhm.
and play horseshoes, they can bring their own too,
Right,
you know?
but then we have to clean it up a little bit or something, and I just think it's easier just to pull them, and
Well,
most
yeah.
people take their own,
I'm just
Games on
saying,
plane
if,
anyways.
if they wanted to play horseshoes, they could come and
drive
pound
and
in
stay
some
in.
stakes and
Good thing.
do it, right then.
Right.
No.
Okay, then, let's have a motion, to remove horseshoes pits from Hoover Park. Who makes the motion? Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, all right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
I
you,
did notice
Chairperson.
over at, Pond, at the Thompson Pond, that somebody put in some of those, what do we call them?
Disco?
Yeah,
Disc golf.
disc golf things. Maybe that would be something over there. People have to bring their own, you know, disc, but at least they probably can't steal the disc golf thing, and it'd be something for people to, might be something to add eventually.
Well, let me get through this one first, so all in favor of having the horseshoes removed? Aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, Dan,
Sorry.
since we started, or anything else before we move on
I don't know, Zoo.
for Hoover?
Did Jeff, you wanna add anything to Hoover?
No, you covered everything.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Well,
Appreciate you.
like I say, I was down at Thompson Pond today and I seen that they put in, three, that's all I saw, was three of those disc golf things. And, but, you know, and obviously they just put them in, it's brand new. And, I don't know if they're gonna have, like up, by Holland School, they've got directions on where the course is laid out and stuff. I don't know if they're gonna have 9 holes for that or what, you know, so I think they're not done, but I don't know anything about it.
Is it the school that did it? Cause I didn't know anything about it.
I didn't.
I didn't know anything about it.
Are they
either.
cemented into, or
No, well, I don't know.
is this driven in the ground?
That was something
Did you
that
take a
was,
picture of it?
yeah, they
Yeah.
talked about last year.
Oh, did
Yeah. They were gonna take it, remember that was something that DLA talked about with you
Right.
guys last year, was bringing that from the old school, once they moved over here and it's all
Oh,
over
yes,
there.
yes. Yeah. You know what? Do you think that's who did it then? DLA?
Oh, I'm in favor of doing something like that, I think it's
Oh,
great, but I
okay.
mean.
Yeah.
I wish that somebody.
They would, yeah, would have wished that we would have been notified. Yeah, that was, we talked about that last year, remember?
Mhm.
And they were also gonna do the, weren't they doing the art? in the
Yeah,
park?
I think they were gonna do something like that.
Yeah, they were gonna do the disc golf and they were gonna do the art in the park, so
Okay.
maybe that's still, cause they never came back, they were, before they can do the art, they were supposed to bring us, and this, they were supposed to bring us the plans, so we can vote on that. So,
Oh,
yeah, if I remember right, do you remember, they were gonna bring us a plan of what they were doing?
Mhm.
I'll try to mention, if I can remember, on Friday, cause I'll be seeing them over when they're gonna be putting down the mulch, and Jason will probably be there, so
Okay.
I can ask him about it.
I appreciate that.
About art in the park and letting you guys, you know, in on what.
Yeah, they were supposed to by the plan of action.
If I remember correctly, last year before the board changed, when Dave was still, and Carolyn was still there, you guys had approved them to put the disc golf over there.
Yes.
Because they said they were gonna donate it from the old school, if I remember correctly. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I remember the golf specifically.
Yeah, I
But I don't
remember, I
remember
vaguely
the art.
remember that
I
now that you,
remember something about
once
art,
you
but I
said
don't have
VLA, I
it.
remembered that we had discussed it.
So how many poles are they gonna put up there?
We had 3 that I seen.
I don't know.
That's all I saw.
Carrie?
I took a
Lions?
ride through, the Lions, that looks really nice, that was the first thing I noticed with the poles.
Yeah,
It
it
looks
needed,
a lot
although I
neater.
was thinking, I wish I could paint them some other color besides white. It's
Right.
like, but I thought, well, there's gotta be something that shows up in the dark so people don't
Yeah,
get it.
'cause there's no
Exactly.
It needed some color somehow, but I don't know what.
No, it was crisp and clean, that was the first thing I noticed, I was like, that's really nice.
One barber shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And anything else? No? Okay. Board correspondence.
And that you'll see, I attached the email that I sent you guys.
The fall festival went well, 103 tickets were given out. So the 103 tickets
Are
means
those speeding tickets that you
No.
issued?
those are, each child received a ticket when they first came, if they stopped and got a ticket, which I know we got more than 103 because of that. There was so many AYSO kids there as well. But at least the ones we counted, right? Veronica was 103 that actually turned in their tickets at the end, because they were supposed to turn it in, and then they got a gift basket or little bag of goodies at the end. But it was a good turnout. And then the Lions also did a free vision test, and I think they did, I don't know, remember, but they were like, we're very happy. I think they did a lot of people for free, and then they got referrals. So I don't know if you folks know what they do with the referrals is they give them a free referral. The child does not have to pay for glasses, and they end up getting free glasses. So they gave, and the person that gives the test in the trailer is certified, because they use iMachine, and that was a freebie, for the kids, which I thought, and they would like to also continue supporting any functions we have in the parks. And I see October 25th is the rec board's, we're participating in the trunk or treat. They're not hosting it, they're participating at Memorial Park. And if it's a rain delay, it's the 26th. Any
Well,
questions?
at the rec board, or at the
Fall Fest?
Fall Fest, thank you. I did run into, Steve Schultz was the guy doing the eye exams.
Correct.
And he said that the Lions Club has a meeting on, October 7th, it's Tuesday at 6 p.m. Any of
The
other board
first
members.
Tuesday of the month, yes.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to attend,
And
it's the first Tuesday.
sounds like they really wanna keep working with us, so.
Correct. With both the park commission and the rec board. They want to just participate in anything that the township is doing that brings people so they can help the kids out.
Can I just add to that? Sorry to take away. But I just want to say the Lions Club was a phenomenal addition to the Fall Fest, and I think they'd be a great addition to any event, honestly. And if you haven't heard what they do or their history,
they have a very interesting history. That Steve Schultz is his last name. He took the time to explain it to as many people as he could, and invite them to the meeting. They are, always recruiting for members, but kudos to the Lions Club. They were a great addition. They did a phenomenal job, and they do wonderful things in our community. So, yeah, if you've not been involved, I encourage you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any,
I'm sorry, Ed.
Yes,
You
sir.
said their meetings are the first Tuesday of the month?
of every month, yep,
Okay.
first Tuesday,
On
Yeah.
Water Street there,
right at the Lions.
at 6.
Yep, at 6 p.m. And you get a dinner. So now everybody's going. Very good. Okay, anything else? If not, may I have let's make a motion to adjourn?
I don't know, we're having fun, let's stay a little bit longer.
Okay, sure, we can. Do I have a motion? Dan?
I'll second them.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you folks for coming.
I had a little, they wanted wasn't there some way of like routing them so they just go like in a circle and not all the way down, but they let their kids out and then they just, like, change the way that they're, where they're stopping and stuff, make the kids walk a little way, but they're not like riding, by speed bump, cause they aren't gonna go that far, they're just gonna,
No, because
make
they
it
park,
around and.
they're gonna,
Oh, they have,
they stay.
So.
The parents stay, so we want them to park way out there, we don't want them to park on our side.
So I'm just trying to think of their. So they could be buying a speed bump. You have to buy speed bump, get it to be there, but.
Before we have.
I don't know.
I mean,